After this, the story shifts directly to the Thai City Spirit Association Medical Institute, where Su Kingying brings our hero along with her. As soon as they arrive at the hospital, she sees Chen Ruo standing in front of her and immediately calls out her name. The moment Chen Ruo hears her name, she becomes happy and says with relief and excitement, "Sister Su Kingying, you're here." Then Su Kingying introduces our hero to Chen Ruo, telling her that he is Thai City's captain, the sealer. After that, she tells our hero about Chen Ruo as well, saying, "This is U City's captain, Chen Ruo." After hearing about our hero, Chen Ruo walks up to him, grabs his hands tightly, and says anxiously, "Captain of Thai City, hello. I am Chen Ruo, the captain of U City. The abnormality that appeared in U City has absolutely exceeded the A+ level. I've heard that you have experience handling heavenly disasters twice before. Please, I beg you, help me." Our hero pulls his hand back from hers. Chen Ruo, still flustered and panicking, continues speaking rapidly. "I'm sorry, I was too rude. I'm really extremely anxious." Clearly, the detected abnormality concentration was only B level, yet so many people disappeared. Our people went in and never came back. Even the neighboring teams who came to help all vanished. My younger sister is very strong, but she too. After hearing her words, our hero becomes serious and thinks to himself. What she means is that the abnormality in U City caused many pioneers to go missing, yet it was only detected as B-level concentration. U City may be a border city, but it wouldn't lack reliable pioneers. There's definitely something strange going on here. Then he asks her directly, "The pioneers of U City and your sister, did they go missing, or are they already dead?" The moment Chen Ruo hears this, her entire body starts trembling. She tries to explain further, but out of fear, she can't bring herself to say it. Seeing this, Su Kingying helps her sit down on a bench and gently comforts her, saying, "Don't rush. Take it slowly. Speak calmly." Then Chen Ruo, extremely frightened, begins speaking while recalling terrifying thoughts. "I don't know, I can't contact them. But my sister and I have had a special connection since childhood. I can feel that she's still alive." Then, suddenly calming herself down, she looks at our hero and says, "I almost forgot the most important thing. This is your reward. As long as you're willing to go, please, I beg you. I really have no other option." As she says this, she reveals a box in front of everyone. Our hero takes the box into his hands and thinks to himself, "This is..." Although whatever is inside has been sealed layer by layer, I can feel a familiar positive energy. He then asks Chen Ruo, "What is this? Why is it sealed?" Hearing his question, Chen Ruo thinks to herself, "There's hope," and then begins explaining. This was extracted and condensed from a high mountain where a massive yang attribute eruption occurred during the great transformation of heaven and earth in U City. It is a spirit crystal. Inside it is an enormous amount of yang attribute spiritual power. It is also U City's treasure. Originally, we hoped to cultivate a yang attribute pioneer with it, but no one was able to absorb even a single trace of its power. Instead, some were even burned by it. While listening to her explanation, our hero opens the box. Inside is a small yang attribute crystal. He takes it out of the box and holds it in his hand. Seeing this, Su Kingying says to him in shock, "It's actually a spirit crystal." The conditions and techniques required to condense a spirit crystal are extremely harsh. At present, even the Spirit Association and major military regions rarely possess even one. Moreover, pioneers who haven't mastered any attribute have a chance to awaken an attribute by absorbing a spirit crystal, thereby improving their talent and strength. Because of this, spirit crystals have become something all factions compete fiercely for, and they are currently priceless and impossible to find on the market. Spirit crystal, not naturally formed, but a spiritual energy crystal condensed and extracted after intense collisions in areas rich in spiritual energy. Our hero immediately absorbs the crystal and says decisively, "Deal. I'll take the item. Shall we depart now?" After accepting this mission, everyone begins heading toward the mission area, and all of them are driving in cars. While driving, our hero asks Chenruo, what exactly is the abnormal phenomenon that occurred in U City like? Chenruo explains in a very serious tone. At first, tombstones inexplicably appeared in the mountains. Villagers who witnessed it said they could hear movement coming from inside. However, the tombstones themselves showed no unusual activity. We went to inspect them the next day, and the spiritual energy fluctuations were within the normal range. We sealed off the area and drove the villagers away, telling them not to come near. But that very night, skeletons crawled out of the tombstones and dragged villagers who were collecting herbs into the graves. She explains the entire incident step by step, and while talking, they directly arrive at the cemetery where everything happened. As soon as they arrive, everyone looks ahead. At that moment, Su Qingying asks our hero what he thinks. The moment our hero arrives there, he starts sensing the spiritual energy of the place. While sensing it, he says, "Strange, there's no abnormal aura at all." Then Chenruo explains, "This is U City. Ever since that day, tombstones have been appearing all over the place here without any pattern. No one knows when skeletons will crawl out and start grabbing people everywhere to bury them alive as companions. In less than a single day, even more tombstones have appeared. Come, I'll first take you to meet the people from our spirit association and the military district." While they are talking, a strange kind of energy begins leaking out from every single grave. After hearing everything, our hero becomes extremely serious and thinks to himself, "Such a low abnormal concentration. I've never heard of anything like this from the Spirit Association or the military district. Skeletons crawling out of tombstones. Yet these tombstones themselves don't have any special spiritual or abnormal energy fluctuations. Could these tombstones simply be used to isolate the abnormal aura and lower people's guard? Or do they serve some other purpose? Capturing people, burial companions? This feels more like some kind of ritual." While thinking this, he places his hand on one of the tombstones and says, "Abnormalities, just like humans, also conduct sacrificial rituals, but they do so for the revival of an even greater abnormality. This is different from the heavenly disaster species we encountered in Tai City before, but the form is similar. The abnormal bat swarm slaughtered Tai City's residents in large numbers precisely to welcome the descent of the abnormal king." As soon as Chenruo, who is walking ahead, hears this, she mutters in shock, "Heavenly disaster, is that also a form of sacrifice?" The moment she says this, both our hero and Su Qingying focus their attention on her. Then Chenruo, extremely frightened, continues, "The people here, especially the residents in the mountain villages, don't really like the rapidly changing world outside. No matter how much we persuade them to relocate, they refuse. Tomorrow, they're even planning to hold a..." At that very moment, the entire ground of the cemetery starts shaking violently, and the earth begins to crack. Seeing this, Chenruo screams in fear that it has started again. Immediately after that, skeletal hands burst out of the ground, tearing through the soil. One skeletal hand lunges straight toward our hero to attack him. However, our hero dodges the hand and thinks to himself, "The strength of an individual abnormality isn't that impressive. As expected, it's only B rank." He immediately draws his sword and cuts the skeletal hand cleanly in half. But when his sword slices through it, the blade is pushed backward. Just as his sword is forced back, another skeletal hand bursts out of the ground and grabs his sword from behind. Our hero tries to move his sword, but it won't budge. He turns around with a serious expression, and at that moment, the skeleton has already fully crawled out of the ground, glaring at him furiously. Su Qingying and Chenruo are also surrounded by skeletons. Su Qingying, feeling nervous, says, "What on earth is going on here? They're actually not afraid of the boss's yang attribute?" At this moment, a huge number of skeletons have gathered throughout the cemetery. Looking at all of them, our hero laughs and says, "Seems like it, but I still need to verify it. This mission is getting interesting." On the other side, Chen Ruo activates her spiritual power to deal with the skeletons. She takes out a flute-like instrument and plays it, using her spiritual energy to destroy the skeletons. After defeating the skeletons in front of her, she says fearfully to everyone, "These skeletons aren't high level, but they don't feel pain, and they don't have any concept of death or losing the ability to fight. There are even more of them than when I escaped before. No matter how much we kill, they just keep coming. Could it be that even the sealer can't do anything about them?" Su Qingying also attacks and destroys several skeletons and says, "Hey, don't lose hope." However, as she attacks and sees the skeletons burning, she asks in confusion, "What exactly is happening here?" At that moment, our hero activates Twilight Fire Domain. The instant this skill is activated, flames spread throughout the entire cemetery, engulfing every skeleton and destroying them all. As our hero's spiritual energy destroys these skeletons, a system notification immediately appears before him. Detected a special death attribute. When our hero reads this notification, he thinks to himself about what a death attribute is. At the same time, another system notification appears, stating continuously absorbing this attribute, energy conversion in progress, strengthening yang attribute. Then another system notification appears, indicating that the strengthening of our hero's yang attribute has been completed.